Welcome to
Two
Two
blonde
Blonde Bimbos
bimbos
Holiday Edition,
and a
baby.
partridge in a pear tree. Yes,
Surprise!
surprise everyone. We came back from our break a tiny bit early just to give you a little holiday treat.
I'm so excited. You sound like the Grinch right there, and I kind of liked it.
Oh, I love the Grinch. I am a
That's my
Grinch
favorite.
sexual. I love a grouchy
I'm.
man with tiny little legs and a little belly.
I do think the Grinch is a vibe. I'm not gonna lie.
I used to pause the animated version of the Grinch and make out with the screen when I was like a
Stop.
6-year-old. Yeah,
You really were in. I mean, I think it fits you.
it does.
I
It
think
does.
it fits you. Well, I'm excited to be back on here. I know you guys have been asking where we've been. We've been getting married, Rosie. We've been moving across the country.
Across the
Um,
country, mama.
Life changes.
Those are I think my friend is a therapist and she told me that those are the two like most upending life events. And I could not honestly like we just chose to take a break for the holidays. But
Hmm
that break could have come at a better time because what a whirlwind of time we've I don't know, I've made massive life changes and I know you've made massive life changes. So we are coming back to you new and improved
I
people.
feel like we are so new and improved. Like this is we're just growing, blooming over here, and I'm excited. Also, I'm excited because we're doing something today like Oprah's favorites, but like Rosie and Ashlee's favorites for the holidays. And
You
it's
guys
an
don't get a
extravaganza.
car. No car,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I will try to bring the same joy and energy that Oprah brought. And I feel like I'm keeping things like at a decent price point level.
Yeah, same. I do too. I have, one thing that's probably, but these are things that I truly love. And if I had to choose five, these are them. So I'm very excited to share them. You've probably heard some of the ones we've already talked about. I'm assuming if you've have your five favorites, it's probably something you've talked about before too.
It is. I didn't know whether or not I was seeing this as like a giftables favorite things for the holidays or if I was seeing it as
Okay.
like a year wrap up. And I did kind of go year wrap up sort of vibe.
Okay. Okay.
So, yeah.
I think mine's kind of like a year wrap up as well, but it's obviously you can gift these as well or give yourself a gift if you want
Yes.
of the things. But yeah, mine's like a year wrap up of things I really have used throughout the year a lot that I feel like are staples right now for me.
Awesome. I'm excited. Like these if you watch any episode, I feel like this has got to be it because
I know. Watch our holiday special. It's the end of the year, the last one we're doing before 2022, which is insane to even say. I cannot.
it's
I
crazy.
cannot. I
I'm
cannot.
feeling 2022. If you guys can't see us, it probably means that you're listening, which we do appreciate, but we would love it if you checked out our YouTube channel because we are both very festively clad today for our holiday episode. Ashley's wearing
Very, very.
what I understand is kind of an heirloom piece of yours.
Yeah. So, you know what? I was going to share that. Okay. So, I told you a little bit of the backstory of like, I got this when I was like probably 16 at a Goodwill. I saw it and I was like, whoa. I was like a hipster. I was like, so cool. But what's really funny is back then I was shooting MySpace photos, of course. And I had done a sexy shoot in this cardigan and I wore red thigh high stockings and like just this as a dress. But like, mind you, this is like barely goes below my butt and I had like little antlers on. And I remember I was like, damn, I look so fucking good in this sweatshirt with these thigh highs on. And it was a really cute picture, but it was so funny because I was just like vibing out in my like little like sexy Santa outfit.
That's
I just
sickening.
those
That's very
MySpace
cool. Do
days.
I hope whoever's editing this, I really hope that we have access to a photo of Ashley in this MySpace
Oh my
outfit.
god, I actually might have one. Well, I also want to say Rosie is now married. She is a married woman, ladies and gentlemen. How does it feel? Oh shit,
It
he put
feels,
a
I
ring
hate
on
this
it.
is so cheesy. It feels, I felt so cheesy saying this, but I did feel a spiritual difference before and after we were married.
Oh
And
my
I did
god.
feel like, this is so cheesy. I told her the next day, I said, I feel like my heart is in two places right now.
Oh, that's so
And I
sweet
do feel,
though.
Yeah, I do feel the weight of the commitment and the meaning of the commitment and what it means to like really dedicate yourself to someone. I think that we were
Mhm.
definitely in that place mentally, but saying those words in front of people was so important, and all the private moments that we had that evening were really lovely too.
Yeah, I love that he like shot some of your photos as well. I thought that was really special and like I could tell you guys
It
had like, you just have that internal talk where like you probably don't say anything, but you can like feel it and read each other's minds and like know where you guys' heads at are all night.
not to be nasty, but we did sex the other night and he almost let it rip in me. I think that's the thing that changed. I don't know if that changed for you guys because I'm sure you're on the pill. I'm not
Wait,
on the pill because I
okay,
don't
because I was
like
gonna say, wait,
hormones.
you're not on the pill, are you? Because I'm on the pill, so like we do that all the time. But I didn't think about that. Oh no, wow. I mean, wow, that's a thing. I mean, that's like a woo. Were
Normally
you
we're
like,
non-penetrative sex. Yeah, normally we like to joke. We say we have sex like lesbians. We're very much like about oral and manual like stimulation.
oh,
Uh
okay,
but
cool.
so I don't know if you guys have listened to other episodes where I refer to something an anomaly called Vacation Houston. But Houston gets very horny on vacation.
Yeah.
And the spirit of
Disneyland.
yes, Disneyland we
Disneyland.
did
That's
it.
all I have to say.
We had sex twice like before we checked into the hotel. We had sex twice before like we stepped out on the
Me and
park.
Charlie
So
get there, and Rosie's like all like happy, and Houston's all happy, and I'm like, wow, y'all are chipper. They're like laying on the bed. They're like, hey, what's up? And I'm like, oh, okay. It was so funny. I loved it.
I mean, Vacation Houston has been here. We have not taken our honeymoon yet. We are taking it next year. Don't know when yet. Still,
That's exciting.
especially with all the new developments in the world, it's definitely a strange time to plan a honeymoon. But
I'm
if I can get
excited
a
to see where you
private
guys go
suite,
or what you do. I know you
I'll be a
guys
happy
you're gonna
camper.
try and not like shoot us anything or and really
Oh, I
relax
think you cut
there.
out, Mama.
Okay, sorry. Technical
Technical
difficulties.
difficulty.
Okay, we're back. Of course, it happens in like the juiciest part of our stories. Like, of course.
The Lord intervened, as they
They
would
were like,
say.
Vacation Houston has entered the chat.
Just talking about my horny hubby. That also started seeing a new doctor, new brain
New
doctor.
doctor.
Got on some new meds. Functioning queen.
I love talking about mental health and therapy on here. We need to do a whole episode about that because I think it's so important.
I
I'm
couldn't agree
so
more.
happy for you.
Me too.
Um and we're just thriving over here, you guys.
Thriving.
We're in our Christmas attire. Are you doing Christmas dinner? What do you guys do for Christmas?
We are going over to Houston's family's house on Christmas Day. No idea what we're doing Christmas Eve. There's a lot of cool shit in Dallas right now. Like Walkable, the restaurant we ate at Paradiso,
Yeah.
they have a Christmas pop-up bar called the Tipsy Elf, and it is like
Cute.
something out of New York. I feel like we're starting
That's
to
so
get cool shit
what is it? Like what
because of
is
all the
like the whole
transplants. It's like top to bottom, floor to ceiling. It is uh like decorations on the ceiling and like decorations on the wall.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really awesome. I think we're going to be skiing and then on
Oh.
Christmas Day we're trying this restaurant in our new town that you can eat there or you can get it to go, which I love when places do like nice dinners to go because sometimes I'm like I don't want to go in the restaurant. I just want to like be at home in my pajamas. So we're getting like a 3-course meal to go. And I'm very excited about this.
Oh my goodness. That
Lavish.
sounds fabulous.
Very
What's on the
excited.
menu?
Oh, they have lobster dumplings as one. Like they have a billion things. They have lobster dumplings. They have squash ravioli. They have Caesar salad. They have a like pistachio crusted salmon. I'm
Oh my
I'm very.
god.
They have like 6 desserts to pick from, and I'm like, it's too much. I'm so excited.
That
All
sounds
for the food.
incredible.
Yeah, I'm very excited. I'm also excited to go skiing because I haven't been obviously in a year, and I've been trying to like get better. So hopefully this year, and now that I'm living in a colder climate, I can like practice because I just really want to be good at skiing. That's all I want to do.
Where where are like the ski resorts near you?
So there's one like 30 minutes, like a smaller one, but we're actually going to drive to Vermont to like Killington because it's like the best slope, and it's Vermont. I mean, I haven't been to Vermont, but I've heard it's stunning. So we get to see like the Vermont snowy Christmas vibe, and I'm very excited.
Wow. That sounds so
Magical.
nice. That sounds beautiful.
Yeah,
I can't wait
Dallas
to
is
see the
getting
pictures.
so much stuff though. You're right because there are so many people moving there.
We have all these transplants and I'm like, they're making me like maybe I'll stay put here for a minute. I don't mind the income taxes. And I know that's why
Yeah.
so many people are moving here.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, obviously I would love a new governor,
Well, I
but
think
I'm
isn't what's his face running?
Beto
Yeah, from
is running
Austin.
for governor. I would love that. And I would hope that the Californians who are coming out this way uh
Help influence
are
that.
are some blue voters.
That's exciting though. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on in Dallas for sure. I
I
always
feel
see
like there's
stuff.
like actual cool stuff, like cool restaurants, cool events, like pop-up things, like new shops are coming out here that I'm really, really excited about. We just got this like this is so cool. I wish I remembered the name of it, but there's this like ear piercing bar that's at North Park now and they do diamonds. So
Are
it's
you
like
talking about there's one in LA. I wonder if it's the same. Is it a chain? It's like
it looked like a chain to me.
yeah, I've seen it before. A lot of people go there. It's really trendy and cool.
It was like they just have like the wrap up. I don't think it's like open yet, but we're gonna go to the mall later today, so maybe I'll see. But they just had the wrap up, and it was like luxury curated ear piercing, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh my god.
You're like, I love this.
Mm-hmm.
That's so fun. Well, I am starting a pottery class. This is like on a side note. Now that we're ranting, I'm finally picking up pottery. Been wanting to do this for
Cool.
years. I actually signed up for a class when I lived in Austin for 5 seconds, and then we moved, and I had to cancel my class. But I'm taking a pottery class, and it is so fascinating. Like I always felt like I would like it, and then I did it, and I was like, "This is fun. Like
It's your
this is really,
calling.
yeah, this is really fun. I'm very excited."
Do you feel like it's a hobby that, because I've seen you share it, but do you feel like it's like one of those hobbies that you're like, oh, I can really come here to relax and like not have to worry as much about like my
It
job?
is. So when I posted I was taking a pottery class, I received so many messages of people saying that it was very therapeutic for them, especially people who had anxiety. They said it was like the most relaxing thing they've ever done. And I was like, I could totally see that. And I went. It is literally the most relaxing thing because you're so hyper focused on creating something and there's no phone, there's no nothing. So you're just looking at like a piece of clay that you form into something. And I find it to be like the most rewarding thing because you're like trying your hardest to build something and then at the end you feel kind of like proud of yourself, and I do feel like it's such an anti-stressor.
I love that. That's
Charlie was like, can
amazing.
we get a wheel in our house? I was like, absolutely, we're gonna have a wheel. We're gonna have a fucking pottery wheel in our house.
Incredible. Speaking of all the things you're having in your home, I've been obsessed with your stories about planning your new home.
um
Everything you've
I have
chosen.
to I have to say something because so many people were excited, but I did have someone message me something that was so interesting, I'll say, about me posting about my building my house. They asked me to put a trigger warning before I speak about my home because it triggers them because the decisions are too overwhelming for them, and it they can't even decide what to eat that day, so they don't want to see my decisions. And I was like, I needed to take a breath. That's all. I mean, I was like, whoa, I'm not putting a trigger warning when I talk about my house build. I'm not. I'm sorry.
You know what's interesting about your account on Instagram is that they don't have to watch it.
That's what I said. She was like, I know, she literally said, I know there's a skip button, but I don't want to miss anything else if it's not. I said, that's why there's a skip button though. Like, if you guys don't like my story, just skip that one. I'm so sorry, guys. Like, I was like, I'm
I
not
gotta
putting it.
say, I think we should take a second here because I think that we need to. I would love to address something that we've dealt with privately. Um, I think that there's an interesting world of people A, assuming things because they can't necessarily see everything, and then B, like feeling like our lives need to be tailored to your expectations or your comfort level. And I was so sad to learn that a bunch of people were upset that Ashlee was not at our wedding, which is completely between us. And we've had important conversations as friends about like her life and my life just going through these massive events at the same time. You guys, we became friends in the spring of this year.
That's what people
The
didn't know either. They didn't like a lot of people I don't think realize like not that that takes away or whatever, but like we became very fast friends very quick.
Mhm.
And I think people assumed we had known. Not that again, not that that matters, but I people had all these assumptions. Also, they
Yeah,
assumed I was a bridesmaid. I was not a bridesmaid actually, even though I was at the bridal party. You know, the bridesmaid
you just came to
trip.
party.
Yeah, I was partying with them, guys. But it was the first time in a long time that I think the first time ever where I really was berated by people. And it was, of course, I wasn't going to say anything because it's her wedding. Also, it's about her, not me. Like, who the fuck cares? Like, I'm not there. She's still going to celebrate, have a great time. But it was just very hard because people were like, I would have found a way. Like, why aren't you there? That's really hard on Rosey. I'm like, Rosey has a lot of other people there too to support her there, and I'm going to support her from afar. And like, we had spent like, we had gone to New York City together. We had gone to the bachelorette party. We had gone through a lot of traumatizing things together as well, and like cried together, laughed together. Like, people don't realize that. And so it's just hard because people really put me down and they literally called me a bad friend. And I was like, I for 2 days, no one knew on social media, but I was depressed as fuck. Like, I got in my own head. I was like, "Rosie hates me now. Everyone hates me." And again, that's obviously not true, but people need to, like, really think about what they say when they message people because, like, if I was in any, like, bad worse of a place or if I wasn't, like, okay with who I am, like, it could have sent me off an edge. Like, it was very upsetting.
What people forget is that we are not characters on a TV show,
Yeah.
and that everything we present to the internet is not narrative. It's we're being professional, and we love to highlight our friendship. We love to be playful and have fun in a really
Yeah.
like oftentimes vulnerable way. But like I don't feel that we need to have every single conversation, especially the ones that might be difficult publicly. I think like the day that Ashlee called to tell me that she could not come to the wedding, I was so nervous because you texted me, you're like, "Can I call you?" And I was like, "Oh my God, I hate this. I hate when people say, 'Can I call you?' And then you have no idea like what it is." And I was so stressed. Um, and I know that you cried before making the phone call. And the thing
I
is
called
that
all my friends. I asked them what to do. I said, "Is she gonna hate me?" I literally cried. I took me and Charlie were shaking. And then when I
no.
called and you were like, "Oh my God, no, like this wedding is already so stressful. Like you're totally fine. Like you're moving. Like I understand." And you could like say you were like, "I literally just I want to get through this wedding. Like you're fine. Like do what you got to do." And I was just like, "Oh my God." Like because people don't understand you don't move across the country and then fucking 10 days later pick up with your dog and your husband and go to another state and spend thousands more dollars. Like it just that's
It's
not a normal
wild.
thing. Like
I was surprised that you were like attempting to come because I knew that that was like your literal moving week.
yeah.
And then when you said that you couldn't, like, I was like, never in a million years would that upset me. I was like, to be quite honest, the way that, and this is very private. I mean, I was having a lot of difficulty planning my wedding. I had a lot of like family troubles this year, and Ashlee has been very aware of them. And to me, I literally thought that like someone would act like an idiot in front of all my friends and like massively embarrass me. And so having a good friend that was honestly a new friend be like, I can't make it. I was like, oh my God,
I
good.
could
I was
tell,
so
and that's
scared.
fine. Yeah, I mean, it's a relief. Like, I know you have a lot of I knew that because you even said like your family and stuff, just all the stuff going on. Like, you're fine. You like again, it's not like we're never gonna not see each other or have fun together again. It was a wedding. It sucked that it happened that I couldn't go, but it was just like a relief that like you were so receptive to it and like okay and understanding, and that we were just like fine. But man, people can sure like bring you down. And I was just that was the first time where I was like, I gotta reel it back because like I don't know how much I want to share on social media now because I don't want this kind of like attack.
Yeah.
I just imagine people with like a million followers or 50 million followers. Like,
If we
holy,
had a million, we'd have to like fly to each other and take a picture together and like put up a post. I was like, Don't worry, we're still friends.
Let me get on my helicopter real quick and fly down. Let me get in my jet. No, it was just like that was very, very strange. And that was the first time I realized. And actually, the other time that I realized too was when we took the bridal portraits, and we talked about this before, is
Mm-hmm.
people really wanted to create this narrative. And I feel like this happens a lot with a lot of people I'm close with and a lot of close friends. They don't always understand why we're friends, or they have an issue with us being friends. I actually have two other good friends, and I feel like every person that's one of my good friends is Peruvian, one of my best friends, and I spent Thanksgiving with her. And when we became best friends, people would literally ask her behind my back, like, "Oh, how are you friends with her? Like, y'all are such different wavelengths. Like, why? How are you guys?" And they were insinuating a lot. They were insinuating because of the way she was raised, or maybe I was raised, and they were making assumptions, ultimately. But I've noticed a lot in my life with friends. People like to, they don't always understand the dynamic, but people also don't understand good friends aren't the same. Like, you usually are really good friends with someone because you guys have like stuff in common, but you are different in a sense.
I have a friend, and we'll go straight up 3 years not talking to each other.
Yeah.
And then I could call her and be like, "You want to come to my house?" And she'd be like,
Yep.
"Yeah, okay."
Yeah.
And we live in the same city, and
That's
we live
just
in the
how it
same.
is.
We just have different lifestyles. We got different stuff going on. I never, and also there's like a real thing of like the fucking pandemic, you guys. Like,
Yeah, you guys, hello. Do we forget? We are out here trying to survive. What is going on? I think people do really forget about that though.
I think also, I mean, and I'll just here, I'm going to put a couple of people on blast here by doing this. Ashley's very concerned about unvaccinated people. And Ashley knew that there were going to be people very close to me
I'm not
that
gonna lie.
are
I was actually, as it got close to your wedding, I was getting really nervous too.
that are unvaccinated
Yeah.
people. And the thing is like I let everyone close to me know, like, hey, these are the people that aren't vaccinated. And if you want to come, if you feel safe about that, go ahead. If you don't want to come, fine. You know what I mean? Like, and there are people that I could not bar for my wedding without it being
Yeah.
a massive
I
problem.
will say that was another thing I couldn't imagine being in your situation, having to go through that and handle that, because that's why you were stressed. You were like overwhelmed. There was a lot of shit going on. People didn't know on social media. They had no idea. But like
Literally
that is a
crying.
hard thing to deal with when you have to choose to allow someone to come, or like and be stressed about it in this kind of climate. It's exhausting. It's
I
exhausting.
definitely didn't like sharing things about my wedding because I had this overarching fear that like my wedding would kill people that I love. I feel so lucky because the people that I know that were unvaccinated at my wedding are totally healthy, and we're far enough out from the wedding that it's I'm no longer on pins and needles, but I definitely was waiting for a phone call the 2
From
weeks
yeah.
following for
Yeah.
someone being like, "I'm sick."
Yeah.
But thankfully no one was. So
That's
I just
amazing.
that's because I would say that I only knew of these two people that were unvaccinated. And so I even
Yeah.
I would say the majority, like, I mean, I don't know, it's two people in my family if you can't guess that already, in my close family. And it was just crazy to have like another person in my immediate family also vaccinated, and like literally
it's
everyone trying.
it's so interesting too, because we have that same thing where like we are both very passionate about science and your body, and like helping other people, not just yourself, and being vaccinated. We're both vaccinated. But it's funny because none of my family members, most of I know, they're not vaccinated, and it's and they live in Dallas, and it's so fascinating to me because it is like one of those things where you're just like, it's hard to like process, and then on top of that, a wedding, it's like that's a lot.
No. And
I'm
it
just
would
glad that like it went well, and everyone was like had a great time. It was like amazing. It was beautiful. Like the wedding itself was stunning.
yeah, I felt like so lucky because I feel like when the wedding started is when like the first time, maybe the whole year, that my mind was not on like the vaccination status of people I care
Yeah.
about, which is so sad to say. So get boosted, everybody.
Get
you know,
boosted, baby.
cuz
Are people getting, do they have that open in Dallas at like,
yeah.
they do? Okay. That's amazing. Yeah. I got it done like right away. I was like, let's just get this over with and get it on. So now you know we are both vaccinated, and if you're not vaccinated, vaccinated. Okay, thank you, love you, thank you, PSA. But do you want to do our favorites now?
I would love to do our favorites now.
Okay, 5 favorites year roundup, year. What did you say? Year cap? What?
Final 5 year in review
Year in review. I was like,
favorites.
year roundup? What is this? Okay. You want to go first with your first one?
Oh yeah. I wonder I'm so I think I feel like this is going to be one of your favorites too. I think we've got overlaps,
We
you
might
know.
have overlap. Charlie wondered that.
I've got my Poppy.
I don't have that one. Okay, okay. I love drink poppy though.
Oh, this is you guys, this is a Dallas based beverage. I just like one of my lifelong dreams is to just be like, "Hi, yes, I have like a fridge full of like really interesting like
That's
non-alcoholic beverages for like my guests to be like, "Oh, try this spritzer. It has cannabis in it. Try this spritzer. It's good for your tummy, but everything tastes like a creamsicle."
so good.
And this is like the first step on that journey for me. First of all, like A Poppy is a Dallas local brand, which I'm
Love
obsessed
that.
with. And so these are prebiotic sodas. They taste so delicious. These are my 2 favorite
Oh my
flavors.
god,
I love
those are
the
my two favorite. They're the best.
strawberry lemon and raspberry rose. I feel like raspberry rose takes the lead a little bit for me.
Yes, same for me too. I think raspberry rose is a little bit better than the other strawberry lemonade.
And like I know that so Ashlee, you're diabetic and
Hmm.
the low sugar in this is great for
Oh,
you.
it's super low. Yeah, I love it. It doesn't spike my blood sugars at all.
For me, I just love the way my tummy feels after this. Like I am such a sensitive to everything in the world person.
Yeah.
So it's nice to have something that like is doing something good in my tummy and the flavors, you guys, these are delicious and so like I wouldn't know there's as little sugar as there is in this, like because it
No.
tastes like super sweet, like a soda
I
to
love the
me.
fizziness of it. I think they're amazing. Like those are one of our favorite drinks too.
You need to put this in a beautiful glass, but also like the packaging is very beautiful, very
Hmm.
Instagrammy. Put this in a beautiful glass. I like to put like some frozen berries in there with some ice and just have like a little mocktail
That's
moment.
fun. Yeah, that's
I'm obsessed
good.
with these. There's tons more flavors. You can get them at Target, is where I know that we've both been able to find them
Target,
across the
I think
country from each
Whole
other.
Foods has them as well.
Yes.
Whole Foods, but yeah, I know. And sometimes they're like really sold out, which is it's like they're so popular.
People know. I don't feel like, have you seen cases of them? Because I haven't seen cases of
I said
them.
that same thing. I have not seen cases because I would just buy a case of them. Like I don't. I need to figure out how. Maybe their website or something.
That makes sense. Yeah. I've only seen them individually on the shelves.
Yeah,
And then I'm just like, one
stock.
and
Yeah,
two and three.
putting them in your car like a million at a time. Okay, let me
So
go.
yeah,
Okay,
Drink Poppy, we're both fans.
my chair just made a really weird noise. Sorry if
It
you heard
sounded like
that.
a fart. It sounded like
Yeah.
you let one out.
So we don't have our office chair that I usually use. So this setup, if you guys saw it, you guys would laugh so hard. Okay. So oh my god, it literally sounds like I'm farting right now. You guys, I'm not farting. This is my chair.
It's a very
Um
trumpety fart, if I may say so myself.
okay. So this is a this is probably yeah, this is the most like this is the high price item of the day. Um
Ooh.
I use it every day. I have recommended it. I have done a review video on it. I was a hairstylist for 10 years. I think this is a great at home product if you want to actually have a nice blowout. I also have noticed the quality of my hair and damage is not nearly there at all because it has saved my hair and I get my hair blonde, like highlighted all the time. It's shinier, it's healthier in my hair from this. This tool I actually travel with because I won't use hotel blow dryers because PSA, they're horrible for your hair and they fry your hair off because they're shitty blow dryers usually, unless you're staying at a really fancy resort. But this is the Dyson Airwrap. This is my
Ooh la
favorite
la.
tool. I use it every single time I dry my hair, and my hair, again, is super healthy. Has all the attachments. I've used all of them. They're amazing. If you watch my review video, I used the curler one, which it was kind of crazy to use because it gave me so much volume. Like
Ooh.
I got so much volume out of my curls, and I've noticed a lot of people doing review videos with these now. I did mine like kind of a long time ago, but a lot of like content creators are doing videos on this because they really do make your hair look amazing. So if you have the option to splurge and you want a really good blow dryer, this
Damn.
this is it. This is my splurge moment right now. I
I
love it.
feel
Have
like
you
you are
tried one?
selling me. No, I have never.
Oh
I
my
feel like
god. Oh my god.
I hope they're dummy proof because I feel like I'm a big
I
dummy when it
can't
comes to
even.
doing my own hair because like I have basically just mastered like drying my hair effectively. So that's where I'm at
It's
in
so
my
easy, and I feel like it's also supposed to cut your dry time down, so it's supposed to dry your hair faster. But I've noticed like it's not like that hot heat that blows on your hair, so your hair just like is so much shinier. And like I did use it before I got on here, and like blonde hair is the hardest to be shinier. The darker your hair is, the shinier it can look, because it reflects the light better. So blonde hair can look really dull really fast, but I feel like my hair for being blonde looks really healthy and really
it looks
shiny.
beautiful. It looks like I feel like I could like smooth my fingers through it and it'd be very soft.
I love it. The thing that's crazy though is during the holidays, those things sell out like instantly. Like
Damn.
it's hard to find those now. It's
Okay.
but that's my number
Shit.
one. Now do you want a Dyson hair?
Okay, I'm very I do want one. I'm like, do you have a contact? Like, can I have you like
I
have you
have
done it for
I
social or was it just like
No, I haven't, and I wait, but they don't do any collabs with most. I think I've seen them do one with like Jen Atkins. Obviously, she's a representative for them, and like
wow.
maybe Desi Perkins or something. But like you have to be like a huge content creator. But I just did the review video because I was like, it was honestly the first time taking it out of the box too, so I hadn't even used it. So it was like a fresh,
Okay.
never used. Let me try this, and I went like this and put like the wand thing, and I was like, holy shit, this is fucking
Ah!
crazy. Yeah, and I was actually really impressed with it. So I do think it's user friendly. I don't think it's that hard to use at all either.
I I feel like I just got you guys are watching me in real time being sold to. I was like, "What? Okay. Where's the link?"
Where's the link? Link here. Swipe up. Okay,
They
what's your
just
number
they upped my limit on my Nordstrom card, so maybe
Oh,
that's what
hey.
I'm gonna go get
Hey, God,
my
I love Nordstrom. What's your
Okay.
number two?
I'm
I'm
gonna
excited.
I'm gonna move around. I mean, this is like you guys. I liked this album in its original iteration, but I was not a fan of Taylor Swift when Red originally came out, right? I kind of jumped on board with Taylor during the 1989 era, but
Mm-hmm.
I am fully into the Red Taylor's
Yes.
version era. I got the vinyl. It's beautiful. Sorry, I'm like
I love
covering up
it.
my face. It's
I
so
love it.
beautiful. But just like the album in general, oh my god, I feel like my Spotify Wrapped just happened and I clocked a lot of hours listening to the 10-minute version of All Too Well. But for me, the standout track, If You Love to Cry, and I love to be moved by things, I'm a Cancer, honey, was her track with Phoebe Bridgers, and it is
It's
called
really good.
gosh, it's Nothing New. And I think that if you're just not even like a celebrity, but like I feel like women in general can really relate to the song Nothing New. And it's so funny to have this album come out and I'm in a happy relationship. I'm not in a breakup, but I cried so much for all of this. So I just feel like Red Taylor's version is a must have this
I love
season and
it.
get it on vinyl. It sounds great. We have a really great stereo and damn, this was made with love. I
I
love Taylor
love getting
Swift.
vinyls and playing them. I think that's so it's such like it creates like a mood, and I love that. I love that so
I
much.
love the cuz like I have been buying albums that I wouldn't normally buy. Like I'm not you guys I'm not an Adele fan, but I bought her new album on vinyl cuz I was like if I'm going to listen to this album, I'm going to listen to it on vinyl and really enjoy it. And I liked it. So,
I feel like am an Adele fan, but first of all, I tried to get tickets. That was a whole thing. But I also started listening to her new album, and I'm intrigued. I think some of the songs are good. I'm still trying to like get into it. It's definitely a little different, but I'm intrigued.
mhm.
I just need to like get through it. There's one song like the fast, I can't even think, it's like a fast like guitar-y song, and I really like
Yeah.
that one. But I need to, it's definitely different Adele, but I'm trying to like, but the Taylor, when that whole day happened and everyone was on TikTok and everyone and their mom was talking about the song, it was like a movement. Like people were
Yeah.
going in on it. It was wild to see, honestly. Also, people were really going in on Jake Gyllenhaal, and it was really funny. I was
It
like,
is funny. I hope he's okay. I'm
I
sure he
hope
is. He
he's
doesn't
okay
seem
too.
like I don't think he's anyone who would be affected by that type of thing. He seems like, I'm not on the internet, I don't care. But
He
I wonder if like
probably got a glass of liquor, maybe smoked a joint if he does so, and was like, I'm just gonna cruise and I'm just gonna have a good day, and like people are just gonna talk about me and I don't care. That's the vibe I get.
I have some hot tea that
Oh,
I will spill here.
hot tea.
Someone who is in an industry where I think that I can trust this like hot tip. They told me that Kim and Pete, their relationship is real, but Taylor and Jake were a PR relationship. And Taylor's like, it's, they think that it was like well, this is my theory. I am completely on Gaylor TikTok. I think Taylor Swift is a bisexual woman, if not a full lesbian. And I feel like a lot of her early relationships were 100% PR relationships to
That's
cover
so
up her
interesting.
relationships with some gals. But I don't know. I feel like I would love to do a full celebrity gossip podcast once a month with you on here. I feel like that
It
would
would
be
be
fucking
very
sick.
interesting. It would
We'd
be
have
very.
fun.
I am very invested in this now. That's it. I think Pete and Kim are totally. I am from the start. I thought it was a real thing. Also, I literally think Pete Davidson is a vibe. I just always have. But also, when Miley Cyrus, did you see Miley Cyrus singing to
Singing
him?
to him. Oh my God, that was sexy. And I never had thought of them as a couple, but I was like, they would be
They would
so
be so
cute.
good. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, wait, hold up. And then there was like a TMZ article that was like Miley seen walking into Pete Davidson's Long Island apartment or house or whatever. And I was
You guys,
like,
they were probably just getting
they
high.
were getting
Like,
totally stoned. What the hell, you guys? They both smoked so much pot. Like,
and they're like about to be in a show together. I mean,
mm-hmm.
I understand the excitement about that because when I saw her literally like it was such a funny fucking performance because they were on Fallon promoting this New Year's Eve special that they're doing together, and Miley was singing a cover of the song It Should Have Been Me, and
So good.
she changed the lyrics to like reference a lot of the
The pink
paparazzi moments.
Lamborghini, I was
Yes.
dying. She was like, "I should have been me in the pink Lamborghini driving to whatever restaurant." I was like, "This is," and then Pete, like, they were just, it was actually really cute because they both were laughing about it and it was really sweet. But I was like, I started watching their like mannerisms. I was like, wait, hold up. They would be like really cute together.
Like, you know how there are some, so I was just thinking about how the concept of a PR relationship is so interesting, right? And I
Mm-hmm.
think it's because when you see different people coupled, it changes how you see the individuals in the couple, right?
Yeah.
So him and Kim makes me think like, oh, Kim is having fun. That's so sweet. Good for her. And it makes him look like a big dick daddy because she's Kim Kardashian.
Yep.
Sexiest lady, icon, probably most
More
famous person on the
mature,
planet.
like
Yes.
getting her law degree, has a
Yes.
billion-dollar business.
So she doesn't have time
Yeah.
for like little boy bullshit, but she might be having a little bit of fun.
Yeah.
So it makes her seem like a fucking baller and a boss.
Yeah,
And it
it does.
makes him seem like he's like man enough to please
Ha-
Kim
to
Kardashian.
handle all the Kim Kardashian stuff.
Likewise, when I see him with Miley, I'm like, oh, these are two really sweet people who are goofballs together and who are probably raising each other up. But if they were a couple, I would like be so invested in that.
I
What would
would
it be
be
called? Piley?
I would be so invested in this. It would be so funny. But I thought the way she did that was so genius and
Yeah.
so well done. And I thought, I was just like, this is amazing. Like, I love Miley Cyrus, but I thought that was genius of her to do that.
Do you
So
think she was shooting her shot, or do you think this is her like drumming up a little buzz for their special?
I think both.
Okay.
I think it was
I
like she knew she would probably draw people in, but I think she kind of does really have a crush on him.
How can you not? I think he's really cute. And I don't understand when people are like, I don't get the whole Pete Davidson thing. And I'm like,
Oh, I would
he's
climb him like a
tall.
ladder. Are you kidding me? What the fuck? I would be like, "Hello, Charlie knows." I saw him in the. I bought Charlie a sweater from a designer because I saw it on Pete Davidson and I thought it was a vibe. And I was like, Charlie could pull this off. I mean, he's he is. It's like Adam Driver. When Adam
Yeah.
Driver was first coming out and he was in Girls, people were kind of weird about him. They were like, "What? Adam Driver? Like what?" Now everyone's like, "Adam fucking Driver, baby!" Like they're into him. They're
It's
into
like that
him.
tall boy thing. I really think that like Well, also, I think both of those guys, like Adam Driver is immensely talented, and I think that
Oh, so
that's
talented.
um what's sexy about him. With Pete Davidson, I feel like I love when he like giggles after he says something. Like I just think you when you we see Pete Davidson, you think, oh, I would. He was a fun boyfriend. You know, like you'd have fun
Hmm.
with him.
I
But
also appreciate that over the years he's become very vulnerable about his mental health and just I mean, he makes some dark jokes on us. Like he's made some dark jokes about his dad. But
hmm
he handles himself in a way that's relatable to me. I don't know if that may like he's very aware of like his mental state and that he can like he isn't always the most like okay, but he handles it in such a way that people feel relatable to like related to him.
he's honest,
Yeah.
and if you can say something with a sense of humor, I think it really just like breaks down some walls of like,
Yep.
is that appropriate for him to be sharing that? Is blah blah blah. Like I think that whenever you present things as a joke, it really makes things accessible to a broader audience, and it
Yep.
makes people feel like, hey, like I suffer from some of the same ailments, and maybe it's not totally terrible and frightening because this guy is so funny and successful and he's talking about this so honestly, and if you can't mention it, you can't manage it, I feel
Yeah.
like.
Ooh, that's snaps.
Thank you.
Snaps. We're giving snaps for this.
Snaps for Pete
Oh
too.
my god, you guys are getting such a holiday episode. I'm so happy for everyone.
We're just speaking from the heart, such a
Okay,
warm hearted.
I'm gonna do number two, which I'm hoping I was worried you might have this number two favorite. I'm not sure. I don't. Maybe you don't.
I think I saw it.
Um,
Yes,
Actually, Rosie introduced me to this. Let's see if it'll like focus. Oh, it
I'm wearing it
won't.
today.
Me too. This Cicapair Dr. Jar, you've seen me mention it a billion times. You've seen Rosie mention it a billion times. We actually, when we first met and our horrible trip went wrong and we ended up at my house, we did a whole like video. I actually saw the video the other day. It like popped up and I was like, oh my God, you had
That's
blonde
so cute.
hair. We were
Oh my
like smearing green stuff on our face in my house. We were so tired. And I was
we
like,
had so much fun that day.
that
I
was
feel
so fun. We got food, we ate, we chilled. That was like so much fun.
we tried to shop, did not work out.
We did try to shop. But you introduced me to this, and I was like, when I say I was shocked when she put it on my face, I was genuinely shocked because I mean, this is blush, but you can actually see some of it coming through. That's actually not blush. That's like my redness. I've talked about it before. It's not, if you have rosacea, it works too, but I have keratosis pilaris. And this is like a hydrating color correcting cream. And when you put it on, you let it sit for a sec, adjust to your skin tone. It is insane how it works. I can just put this on and not wear makeup if I don't want. I wear it under all my makeup because I actually think it helps my makeup stay a little better as well. But this stuff's amazing. Like I don't even have enough words to say. It is a little bit more like about pricey, but I feel like I can this lasts forever.
Well, because it's like I would say it's
Cause like
skincare and makeup in one, you know, because I
yeah.
also have a lot of redness in my skin. It's because I'm so fair skinned that I feel like I'm just a shade of pink. And when I think one of my saddest thing is like I hear people being like, yeah, I don't wear foundation, just mascara and like a lip.
Oh,
I'm
I
like,
wish.
get fucked. You are not
No.
a pink lady like me. And then I found that, and I think
Yes.
my expression was like, I
I'm
don't have to wear makeup.
yeah.
Like
So people my whole like when I would see girl and like they would have that just like really pretty like just smooth skin, like no redness at all. And I used to get literally made fun of. People would be like, ew, you have too much blush on. They freaking kids are horrible. I get bullied for my skin. So I was so self conscious and I didn't wear foundation. Honestly, because I mean, kids nowadays are growing up so fast. Kids are wearing foundation at like fucking 8 years old at this point.
oh
I didn't wear a
yikes.
foundation until I was honestly probably 15. Not even
Wow.
kidding. Yeah, I was a late because like I would wear like eye makeup, but I never started like foundation kind of scared me to be honest. And then I think that's when the boom of like content creators started coming out, people started putting out more videos, and I started working in a hair salon at 16. So that's when I started getting into like beauty and hair, and I started using foundation and I was like, "Oh shit." Like this is what it feels like to be one of those girls that's like, I just like roll out of bed and like mascara and we're done. And I'm like, fuck, what the fuck? I work out, I look
Mascara.
like a fucking a tomato. Like it's not this shit. Also, if you go to the gym and you like, sometimes I will say I'm a little self conscious. Like I don't want to go to the gym and have like already super red cheeks before I work out, but I don't want to wear makeup.
Yeah.
This is like what I put on and then I can work out in it and I don't feel weird because it's just like a treatment for your skin.
There you go.
So Rosie introduced me, but now it's like my year review favorite. Ooh, that
I'm
sounds so good right now.
I'm
That drink.
cracking this open. I'm thirsty. I'm getting a little
Juicy.
dry mouth.
Ugh. ASMR. Oh wow.
Wow. Oh my god, yum.
Do you feel like life was just brought back into you?
I do.
Yeah,
I
I
feel
know
like
that
my
feeling.
my whistle was wet. Speaking of the gym, segue.
Oh shit.
Mine are my Hokas.
I almost bought some when I was in New York City because they have a store there.
Oh damn, I want to go because I need to see all the different
That's why I
variations.
wanted to go. Oh my
These are the Hoka Bondi 7. And I swear to God, the bane of my existence is talking about shoes on Instagram. Because I feel like, I don't know, I have wide feet per my fucking knowledge, per all the shoes in my closet. But like people will get like furious with me if I say that a shoe is wide and it doesn't fit their foot, which is not the same with any other thing I ever recommend because I feel like with clothing it's subjective and you're like, oh, it doesn't
Mhm.
fit me the way that I wanted. But people hate me if I say this shoe works for wide people. This is the most positive feedback shoe that I've recommended, period. People don't get mad at me
Amazing.
about it, which is nice for me. I do wear them in wides. So I think they're not that attractive. So obviously other people do, but it is not the look of the shoe, it's what it does for you.
I will also say people are starting to make those look trendy though. I've seen some cute fits with those. I'm not gonna lie.
I wore this traveling. I just hit myself in the fucking face with this shoe. I wore this traveling with Ashlee. We were on my bachelorette
Yep.
and in New York City, and I feel like I would not have made it in any other shoe. And what I did, well, this is what I would recommend if you're traveling and you want to make it a fit. I just wore black leggings and black jeans, and it just made it one long line, and it
It
was
looked good.
perfect.
It looked
Yeah,
fine.
and when I say these are like, so they have a massive platform, but the way that it's structured, you don't feel wobbly like you might in another platform sneaker, like a Vans platform or things
Mhm.
like that. Like you really do feel like
Stable,
sturdy
like
in
stable.
these.
Yeah.
And I don't know what's in it. I think that there are really awesome reviews from people that are athletes on YouTube that discuss about this. But basically, what you're doing is you're really decreasing the impact of pavement specifically because these are made for pavement on your foot and, you know, by association, your legs and your knees. And I
Okay.
am able to walk longer distances. I have more pep in my step, more energy. I have 2 pairs of these. I am like eternally changed. And if you have like plantar fasciitis, I know that this is like a really
Yeah.
big deal for people with that. I know that if you are a little bit more athletic than me, aside these are my everyday like walking shoes. I wouldn't recommend them for training because you rock forward in these. Like it's a ride shoe, so it's like making you rock forward as you walk, but whenever you're lifting weights, you want something a little bit flatter and more
Mhm.
stabilizing than this. But this is my walking shoe. This is my trotting half-ass jogging shoe, and it's incredible. I think this is perfect for travel, especially if you're doing something that's like you guys are maybe like in Europe or you're walking in
Like
a
tons of
museum,
walk. Yeah.
anywhere you're going to be walking for a long distance. And when we were in New York, I was so excited to see how many like native New Yorkers were like in a fantastic outfit, but they would be in chunky, what I could tell were very comfortable sneakers. So I did not feel like
Oh
out
yeah,
of
no. I
place.
mean, when I worked in the city and I would walk to work or bike to work, I always wore my sneakers and then I would change it into my other shoes when I got to my destination. You got to be comfortable. You got to
There
be
you go.
comfortable.
There you go.
Where? Oh, actually, okay. One, two. Oh, ooh. Okay, this one. I get a lot of questions. This is my third favorite. A lot of questions. I'm wearing it right now. So many people
Ooh.
ask. Okay, so I used to have eyelash extensions before the pandemic. And then I was like, obviously, not going to do that. And then I kind of like the natural look, or at least like having the versatility of wearing lashes. I've been wearing eyelash strips. I've been doing this since I was 16. So people are always like, I've been doing this forever. But I found these recently in Sephora. They're the ones I'm wearing now. They are the most beautiful lashes. Every time yesterday I got so many DMs. People were like, "What lashes? What lashes? What lashes?" They are a little bit more expensive for one of these. like, because you can get Ardell's for like $4. These are probably like $10 to $15 maybe.
Ooh.
But I use these for like 2 months. Like I get a lot of use out
Wow.
of these. Like I know how to like extend the wear of my lashes too because I've used them for so long. So like these are amazing. Again, they're like the 2D and they almost feel like a mink and they're just like really fluffy. They're my favorite. These are it.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
I think like I even was gonna do a poll recently. I was like, are eyelash extensions like still like are we still doing them? Because I was like thinking, I was like, should I go get them again? But then I really like when I can wash my face and like not have to like be careful with my eyelashes.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been loving this. I think I'm probably just gonna continue to do this. And also sometimes I like that like natural no
Yeah.
lash look. I think it's really stunning on people.
You know what? I think that I can tell when someone has lash extensions. I feel like lash extensions kind of have a look to them, like they all look the same.
Yeah.
But I think like strip lashes, I can't read as easily, as fast. Does that make sense?
That makes sense. Yeah. I mean, I've definitely seen when I had eyelash extensions, it was like whoa-y. It was like a lot.
Yeah.
But I think they've also come so far with the designs that they do now, the way they make the lashes. Because before you could only have like a few selections, and that's just what you get. But these ones, I'm very very impressed with. So if you're looking for lashes, those are my faves.
Can I film you for a second? I'm
Yeah. Why?
making a I'm making a TikTok day in my life. So I just want to show that I'm here. Like a weird like little side.
No, you like you got like kind of weird. I was like, wait, why? Is there something? I thought you like saw something. I thought you.
Give me some cute like hello, hi. Ah. Perfect. And I'm gonna turn around and get my
Oh my god, you
selfie
guys, we just filmed a TikTok on it. Oh my
on air.
gosh. God, I love
Sorry.
TikTok. I'm not even gonna lie. I took a break and now I'm trying to go back with it and I just get tired sometimes, but I love TikTok.
TikTok makes me feel so um self-conscious as a creator because I really feel like if you stop doing it, it is so impossible to get the views back where they were.
Listen, I also feel self-conscious about it because these motherfuckers be funny as fuck on this app. And I'm like, I thought I was fucking funny and I'm not. I'm not shit. Like these people are also they're creative geniuses on here. I swear to
Yes.
God, people come up with the gnarliest, most genius. And so I like sometimes sit in my bed at night and I'm like, let me think of like 10 cool brainstorming ideas that would just like blow up on TikTok. And then I literally try like, so do you got any? And I'm like, no, I'm literally have no ideas. I'm fucking done. Like I get
It's
so
also
mad.
it's like such a specific sense of humor because I think I'm a pretty funny person, but I don't know how funny I am if it's like be funny, be fast, be like give
Quick,
information
quick,
in a short
witty.
period of time.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's
And it's
mind blowing to me how people do that.
and you never know what someone's going to latch onto and
Mm-hmm.
then you feel boxed in a corner because I know like what kind of video I can make today that could get a lot of views, but I'm just like I don't want to do that for every video. I like to have some versatility, but you
I
know
agree.
what? Like
It's kind of
I
it's kind of like honestly like I don't know if she was one of the like the Remy Bader girl
uh-huh.
who kind of made. Do you know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, the
The girl
she's
who
like she tries on stuff and looks kind of goofy
and
and
she tries she tries on stuff that doesn't fit all the time or and she
mhm.
kind of started that and then I noticed obviously a lot of other people followed suit and so it's just like interesting how people create these like niches of things to do and like break out and to think of those I just feel like people are just so on their like toes and like know how to like quickly deliver something where I feel like it's hard for me to condense something sometimes like get my point across in a condensed version I guess.
I had like a niche for a minute where, and I still do these videos from time to time where I talk about like body image and in film and TV and like
Yep.
how we've changed in time. And those videos like got a million views and all that, but I was growing so rapidly that I was kind of scared. Like, because you're not used to that rapid growth on Insta.
Yeah.
I feel like if we
Yeah.
do like, I on Insta, I'd feel really proud of myself if I got like 100, 200 followers in a day. And I was like, oh, nice, like cool.
Yeah.
And that to me, like, even I would say anywhere from like 200 followers a day to like 600, I'm like not overwhelmed by that. But on TikTok, if you go viral, you could get like 20,000 people following you in
I've
a
gone
day.
viral a few times now, and let me just tell you, one of the times I went, it was 20,000 in a day,
Hmm.
and I wanted to throw up
And they were
because
men, right?
vomit.
Ugh.
Yes. It was awful, and I actually made the video private, and then there was another time when it was like a funny Zarva, and then there's actually a lot of my fashion stuff thankfully has done really well, and that's something I like to do. I like to do try on stuff. But I will say, like, I didn't know how TikTok worked, but like I will say, like, again, you were kind of saying this, like, if you leave and come back, I feel like the views are kind of like off
Oh
or
yeah.
something. It's like weird. I don't understand it because I was getting like steadily over 20,000 no matter what kind of video, and upwards of 200,000 for like a while. And then something happened. I guess I just stopped and I was like, whoa, okay. Like, no one's seeing my videos anymore. This is weird.
Don't you feel like it pulls more energy from you creating for TikTok than creating for Instagram?
Way, way. That's why I'm like exhausted because yesterday I was trying to film so much stuff and I was just like, I don't get that. Maybe that's because I've been doing Instagram longer and maybe if I did, but I feel mentally drained.
I feel like people are just like a little bit more intense with the comments on TikTok. Like
D- Way more intense. Way
it's
more
just because your
intense.
work gets thrown in front of like a lot more people. And I feel like for me, Instagram, I think people are like very well mannered for the most part
Yeah.
on like at
Yeah.
least in the comment section of a public post, because I think that everyone feels like, if I leave this comment, like this is attached to my profile, like there are
Mm-hmm.
obviously bad eggs, but I feel like a lot of people are on their P's and Q's because they know that their Instagram in some capacity represents them.
Yeah.
And I think TikTok has that anonymity where you can kind of be a little dick and like people
TikTok
won't
is
notice.
ruthless.
Yeah.
TikTok is ruthless.
Yeah.
And there's so many young kids on there now. And
I
it's
think I said
crazy.
I think I said congratulations to Trisha on her like proposal, and like all these people were like, "How dare you congratulate her? She's so problematic." And I was like, in my mind, I was like, "She's not
What?
doing anything problematic here. Like this is a
I
video
thought
of
her
her."
dress was cool. I'm not going to lie.
Oh yeah, her wedding. It was
I thought she
beautiful.
looked beautiful. I think she did. I was really impressed with the way she like looked, her hair, her makeup, everything, her dress. I thought it was really cool actually.
You know what I don't understand just about like culture in general right now? I think that we could acknowledge that some of the things that Trisha has done has been like problematic or whatever, but like that does not mean that us watching her is like a problematic act in of itself.
Yeah.
Like what happened to the era of like, reality television where we could watch people like maybe do things that we wouldn't necessarily do, but we can see the repercussions of it. And
Yeah.
maybe we can even see a person growing, dare I
Changing,
say, behind it.
evolving. Yeah. I think the evolution of a human and the way they are inside is really critiqued a lot
Hmm.
and put under a microscope. So I feel like people don't always get the chance to really evolve in a way that maybe they used to be able to sometimes.
Yeah.
I think sometimes it's necessary to like critique and give feedback and like obviously, but I feel like now it's just so under a microscope all the time now. Like it doesn't matter. You could do one. It's awful to me.
I'd love to ask your opinion of this because I have not seen this movie, but this I'm just going on information that is on the internet. So I was excited about the Paul Thomas Anderson, I believe, movie Licorice Pizza with Alana from Haim, and
What?
Philip Seymour Hoffman's son is the co-star of the movie.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
And the trailer looks beautiful, but then TikTok is not having it because the movie is about Alana from Haim, and she's 25, and it's about her having a romantic relationship with the lead character who's 15, and this is like in the 70s, and it's such a
Interesting.
strange thing because I feel like we're not presented these like age gap. um I don't want to say relationship because I don't feel like that's fair because like he's a minor.
Yeah.
um we're not presented those stories where the gender roles are swapped very often, and
Yeah.
also no one has seen it, and people are like banning, like they're like, don't see this movie, it's problematic. But again, like I
Now I want
wonder
to see it.
what the directors and what.
I said now I want to see it.
Right, yeah, I'm like, what is like the director's intention, you know what I mean? I think it's so interesting that we live in a culture where now we couldn't like tell a story because the story
Yeah.
itself features a problematic issue, but I'm sure that there's more nuance in the movie
There's
than
probably a much more behind it, and yeah. Now I'm gonna go see it. So then we're gonna have to do a podcast about that because, first of all, the name alone just intrigued me. Like I'm always into like movies that are like very weird sounding like that, but I like the name of that.
it's
I What is that? Say it again. What is it
it's
called?
it's called Licorice Pizza, and Licorice Pizza is a slang word for vinyl records. And Licorice Pizza is also a chain or a record store in Los Angeles in the 1970s, which this takes place, I think, in the late 70s, maybe early 80s. But it's specifically in the 70s. And what's so fun about it, why I'm drawn into it, is I like just immersive hangout movies. Like it kind of gives me vibes like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which I really loved.
Yeah.
And again, like I probably am such a weirdo because I'm a feminist woman who loves Tarantino movies.
Oh, I
Ugh.
loved it. I no, but I love them. Like, sorry, love them.
And
Absolutely.
this movie looks beautiful. I think if you see the trailer, you'd be like, "Oh, this looks very interesting." And I just think that it's probably more grounded in something different. And then I hate the argument of like it's a different time. Um, but I feel like if we were to ask our parents or grandparents or
Yeah,
relatives about relationships like that, I think that there were a lot more strange age gap relationships back in the day.
for sure.
And
Uh my family, like my aunt, she was like, I want to say 15, and she was dating a 20-something-year-old back in the 80s. And she
crazy.
actually ended up dating him forever and got married to him.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, I think that was just like, I'm not, again, it doesn't mean it's acceptable,
No.
but it's a period piece too, describing something that, you know what I mean? I'm going to see this. We
Just
will.
because something is not acceptable does not mean that it is not worthy of showing a story about it, because
Sure.
I bet for many people they've been in like very similar relationships.
I agree.
Um and I think that like I'm just interested to see how everything's handled. Like
Is this like showing in like select theaters?
I think it'll have like a broad release. I've seen the poster in certain
Actually, speaking of
places.
Haim, I know they're coming to the city, and I've been thinking about going to see them at Madison Square Garden.
You know, I just feel like Haim has been very vocal about like I think they were very vocal during Me Too, and I don't see um Alana participating in
In
anything.
something, yeah. Yeah, that's why I want to see this now. Now that you like very intrigued me, especially because there's controversy around it, like I definitely want to see this.
Right. I mean, there's controversy. Or have you seen West Side Story, or what are your thoughts about the
No,
controversy
I've
about
been
that?
wanting to see. No, I haven't seen it, and I know you
Okay.
saw it. I know Peyton saw it. Um, you said you loved it.
I did love it. And I don't know too much about the controversy surrounding Ansel Elgort, but I've been trying to research it just so I have some awareness.
Oh wait, there was something.
Yeah.
Now that I'm
Um,
remember, I'm like it's like coming. Yeah, now I'm like, wait, there was. Yeah,
it's
okay.
again, I think he was in a relationship with a 17-year-old girl when he was 20, and she's talking, I think she got on Twitter in June of 2020 after I believe they've wrapped shooting, and accused him of a non-consensual
Oh shit. Okay.
act. Yes.
Okay, and he's in that movie.
And he's in that movie. And so recently they replaced Tig Notaro with there was like Chris Delia. I don't know how to say his fucking last name. This
Yeah.
comedian who
Yes.
also committed one of these heinous
Yes.
acts, right?
Christelia.
But
Yeah.
they edit him out and they put Tig Notaro over it. People have been asking, like, could they have done that with West Side Story? Unfortunately, no. This is where the moral question comes in, and this was on Diet Prada today, so I feel like it's a relevant kind of like sidebar for
Oh,
us.
I didn't see it. It didn't pop up on my feed yet.
Um, so the argument here is like they wrapped shooting, and this is $100 million period piece,
Whew.
and the sets are no longer there, obviously, so they could not. I feel like replace Ansel Elgort or
Yeah.
Ansel Elgort in these scenes. But what's beautiful about this movie is that it is actually starring Latin actors, like of the correct like heritage for the first time.
Oh
Like no one is in
wow.
brown face, and there are queer actors. There's a subplot about a trans character. I think that it was stunning. It was beautiful. and I get the idea that Ansel is in there as much as he's needed as the romantic lead of the movie, and all of these other performances shine. And I think this opens such a broad question of like, there's a lot of people who are like, I will never see this movie, and I don't pass judgment on those people. I totally understand it. If
Yeah.
that's going to be something that harms your heart, stay away. But it is kind of like this broad question of like, are we going to let this guy who committed this horrible act drag down what could be an opportunity
For
for all
other
these other
people.
people?
For other
Yeah,
people. That is
yeah,
a hard, tough thing because especially like I'm such an advocate for people that are affected by things like that. But I do understand where you're coming from. I also, as someone who has been through some things like that, I feel like um that would seeing that movie, I don't know if it was good. I don't think it would have personally affect me.
yeah.
But I do think that's like an interesting question, and maybe you guys can answer that below and like let us know what you guys think, because I know there's another YouTuber that does it a lot, that gives these like very thought-provoking questions that are like make your wheels turn a lot.
Uh-huh.
But I think like that's a tough one, Rosie. Like, what the heck? That's
Yeah,
a
like,
really good question. Like,
because when you think about it, when I
well, there's a
watched the
lot of
movie,
other people involved in it. You know what
yeah,
I mean? And it's like one bag, the same one bad egg,
yeah.
but it's like, oh, yeah.
And it's so funny because they wrapped in June 2020. The movie was supposed to come out in December 2020, but they pushed it back because of COVID. So people are saying, "Oh, they could have
Oh,
reshot," but I don't think that like they they're saying that they couldn't have. And I feel like when I saw the movie, he wasn't by any means like the standout to me. If you watch this, I believe the movie is a standout for Rachel Ziegler, who is the young female lead.
oh, wow.
And
Okay.
then Ariana, is her name DeBose? She is Anita, the supporting female character. I feel like those are the two like standout performances for me, are these two women. And I know that Ariana is a queer woman too, and she's a black Latin actor as well. And I feel like that is so important. And
That's
there's just
amazing.
so
Yeah.
much like Rita Moreno is a producer on the movie, and when she was in the original film, she's one of the actors from the original film who originated the Anita character on film, not on stage. I know that she went through assault herself after all of this, and I also know that even though she was Puerto Rican herself, they made her wear brown face in the original movie, and
Wow.
she's cast in this new one. She has a more potent, like she's a potent role. The old one was incredibly potent for her as well. I'm not saying that it was more, but she's also an executive producer, so she's making that money
Okay.
as well. And I feel like that they had Puerto Rican consultants on set. I feel like it's just so strange, but I feel like this is something that our culture is going to have to contend with for such a long time, because it is like white guys are going to probably keep doing this fucking horrible shit. But it's like when we're on a shared platform, does the platform still get lifted if someone's crappy on
Yeah,
the
that's a
platform
deep
too?
ass question. I also think it's how they handle it now afterwards.
Yes.
Obviously, him being hired for other things or people wanting to not work, obviously, or if he goes, whatever happens with that whole situation and what goes from there. I think it's how it's handled from here on out too that matters. But you just like, I think people also forget, yeah, when you're on a platform with a bunch of other people, like you affect them positively or negatively.
Especially people of color, women, and queer people, which is what the platform,
Yeah.
I feel like, when if you choose to see the movie, and if you don't, I wonder if there's other ways to support the individuals as actors. I think that the performances are so award worthy, and I really hope that the powers that be, like the academy and stuff like that, can see the gold through the grime of
Well,
this. And I
hopefully
really,
the other actors, if you're saying, saying that they're standout actors, they get the opportunity to be seen and like awarded if that too, they get nominated, they get put up there.
yeah.
Um, because obviously, like you said, they had standout parts, and hopefully, one bad egg won't affect that part for them. Because
It's
again,
so
that's like a
hard with
huge
collaborative. Yeah, it's hard
that's
with
so
collaborative
hard.
art.
That's what's so scary about collaborating with people. I mean, what if, I mean, we're doing a podcast together. It could be the same thing. Like, you do something shitty, I do something shitty, fucking brings down everything.
Yeah.
So it's
And
like,
that's
yeah, that's tricky. Oh
and I
my
don't know
God.
how you cuz I know that like if they were to look into his background, they wouldn't have found it. You know what I mean? Cuz he was cast at a time that this information wasn't public
Got it.
and the information came out after shooting had wrapped.
See, that's
So
the
I feel
only thing for me that's a little, like, that's hard. I mean, that's not any, there's no, it's not, you can't be like, well, why did you cast him? Well, he wasn't, it's like a tricky,
yeah,
it's
cuz
a
there aren't
tricky thing.
you can't blame the filmmakers. You can't blame like the execs. You can't blame anyone else. It's really strange because if he was an artist, like a painter, and he like painted a painting and he had like a gallery and he's like, come see my painting, we'd all be like, fuck you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like he's in a whole like
A
art
whole
fair,
production with
you
a
know?
bunch of other people.
Yes.
Oh
And
my
people who
God.
normally had like wouldn't be given this magnitude of a role. What's great is that like the people in this movie, I would say for a large part were not household names like for me.
Yeah.
And I now know
Now
their
you know who
names
they are.
and I'm
Yeah.
looking up their past work and the star of the movie, the young girl, it is her first time on camera, period.
Oh
They
my
picked her right out of high
God.
school and she is beautiful and I know that she will go on to do so much. But the way they're handling it like with their their press tour that they're doing, they're only putting him in like group interviews, so I'm sure that no one can like ask him the hard questions.
Yeah. Yeah. It's all strategic.
Yeah.
It's all strategic. How old is the girl? So how old is the girl from high school that's in it? Is she like
She's
really young?
like she's like 18 years old.
Oh my gosh. That's so
Yeah.
wild.
And she is beautiful and her voice, Ashlee, is stunning. Like there were a couple times that I cried just like listening to her voice.
Oh my
So,
gosh. I need to see this. Okay, wait. Who is next for favorites? Because we
I
just
don't
got
know.
on the
Sorry,
fucking
we sidebarred
West
for
Side.
so long.
No, okay. I think it's. I did eyelashes, right? You're
You did
next.
eyelashes.
Oh my God, you guys. This is seriously a holiday.
Yeah, it's my turn.
Fucking
I think it
fiesta
is my
over
turn.
here.
And then I filmed you for freaking TikTok and we had like a 3-hour conversation about TikTok and
Did you guys miss us? Because this is a long episode, baby.
I know they're gonna be like, damn it, I have West Side Story tickets tonight. Oh, this is literally the perfect segue. I have Emily Ratajkowski's book,
I
My
saw you reading
Body.
that. Yeah.
I've been talking about it a lot on social. This book is so poignant and special, and it's also really short and a
Oh,
fast read.
nice.
And this is like really weird, but I just love the size of the book. Like,
It's cute.
it's essay format, so of course, like I love essays because they don't invite me to like finish this whole book right now. I can be like, okay, essay on this day,
And
another
then, like,
essay.
yeah.
So Emily Ratajkowski, most famously, you may know her from the Blurred Lines music video. She is a beautiful brunette in the Blurred Lines music video. She's been in other things. She's been in the movie Gone Girl. She is a model, and she's got like 28 million followers or something on Instagram. And this is such a great book. I really think that like as an influencer, I think it would really appeal to you because it's
I like
talking.
stuff like that a lot. Like, just talking about her life and things that I watched your stories about her, the whole, I never knew about this, but the whole thing on the set of Blurred Lines and all that. And that was like really shocking to
Yeah,
hear that all that stuff happened to her.
and that's really interesting because the fact that we just had this West Side Story conversation is something that she unpacks in here because to her, so the Blurred Lines music video was a female team, female director, female creatives, like on set, like the cinematographer was a woman. And Emily felt really empowered that day in her body. She was nude on set because there's two versions of the music video. One, they're very scantily clad, and
Yeah.
another one, they're nude. And I rewatched the music video after reading this. And yeah, because she talks about how much fun she was having on set. And she loves that it was a platform that like, brought her career to where it is. Like she was famous like overnight from this video. And I remember seeing the music video and all the men in the room knew her name already. And I was like,
Yeah.
wow, I'd never heard of this person. And she only in reflection realized that she had been like fondled on set by Robin Thicke. And what's so interesting that I really appreciate that, and I'm sure a lot of other people could appreciate that too, is that in my own personal experience with assault, I didn't see it vividly until after the
A lot of
fact.
people don't.
And I think that that's like a
It's because
shared
your body, I
experience.
think, in your mind, you almost go into a different you're not there. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? You're not there. And so when those things happen, your way your body and mind cope with it is to block it out, essentially. You don't want to think, no one wants to think about that. So I think that's why I get it's so frustrating when you hear people say like, why would someone bring this up 20 years later, or why would someone bring this up 2 years later, or whatever. It's like your body and mind have to process that, and you have to be willing to like actually see what truly happened and be able to recognize it and cope with it and be like, it's a traumatic thing. And so it takes people lifetimes to see that. People go through
Absolutely.
hypnosis for that. People go through tons of therapy for that. So like that's why I feel like the confusion with people coming forward with stuff like her being fondled on a set and not realizing it. It's just like it takes time to process that, and that's like obviously it's awful. Like it's awful.
Yeah. And it's interesting because I feel like if it had been me, and as she talks about this, um it was during an event that was monumental for her career,
Yeah,
you know? And so how can you look back on something and be like, she talks about like how she literally has such mixed feelings about it because she
yeah.
had a great day. She really enjoyed the creative with the women. She enjoyed like how it
It's a
changed her
mind
life.
fuck, is what it is.
Yeah,
It
because how can
impacted your
you?
life, and it changed your life in positive ways, but it also made a lot of negative impact on your mind and body. And so I feel like that is where, again, I've been there. I know lots of people have been there, and it is absolutely a mind. You almost gaslight yourself into believing something
Mm-hmm.
because you do. You're like, well, you justify the positive to outweigh the negative. And in situations like that, it doesn't matter how much positive there is, there's still the validity that that is horrible and that those things should never be okay,
Yeah.
ever.
And so that's one essay, and that one is the second essay in the book. And I think that that definitely is the marketing draw
Yeah.
to the book. But if you stick with it, there are many, many other equally, equally thoughtful essays.
Wow.
And just knowing what she's been through in her life, I think that personally, it's really easy for me to look at a supermodel and be like, I don't really sympathize with you. How
Sure.
hard could your life be? But I have a deep respect for her after reading this and hearing about what it's like to be basically like have supermodel good looks as like a 13-year-old, as a 14-year-old.
I have
And
a
then
question. Did she ever, so she, this is always something I'm so fascinated. Is she allowed to write about those things? Have they have they like gone forward to anyone about those things, or is she allowed to talk about them and they're not going to sue her?
so with the Robin Thicke thing, I believe that she opened up a lawsuit right when the book was published. So I think that like her team seems very aware of like
Okay. Yeah, I'm only asking because I've done a lot of
no, that's
research
a great
myself on
question.
stuff like this. So I'm like, wait, how? Because I have literally, that's one of my lifelong dreams is to write a book. And I'm always like, of contacting, like, what can I say and what can I say? Because I don't want to be sued. So that's really
Yeah.
interesting.
Well, it starts out like that particular her figuring out that it was assault was she noticed that one day Robin Thicke had blocked her on Instagram and she was like, what the heck? Like, why is this a thing? And
Weird.
then she was like, I don't remember anything really bad happening between us. Like, what could have happened that was bad? And then she like really went through her memories and
Oh,
then this
shit.
came to her. And
Isn't that wild though? Like that
mhm,
always blows my mind that there are so many people that I have been friends with, talked to, or even myself, where you just literally one thing can make you your whole like it's like you see those like file folders like blah, 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 and everything just like floods in and it's like oh shit like you literally don't even have that memory at some point, which is
Yeah.
freaky to me.
Yeah. And then there's just, so I think the whole thesis of this is basically about her relationship with her body, but then also realizing that she's like a commodity, how her body is like a literal
Yeah.
sales thing. Like there's a great chapter about how she gets invited to this like private island to do content for the people that own the island. And she realizes like, I'm just a pawn. Like I'm only getting paid a fraction of what they'll take in from what I'll do for them, like promoting this on social media. So she starts her own swimsuit company and shoots all her swimsuits while she's on this trip and makes like 500K in an hour from like one of
Oh
her
my
pictures.
god, that's amazing.
So I like came away from this being like, she's a bad bitch. She's a bad businesswoman. Like it's so fucking cool. I'm a good businesswoman, but you know what I mean.
That's amazing.
And then just like her personal essays about her family and her relationship with her mother. It's really beautiful. I cried several times reading this book, but then I also felt like, go Emily reading this.
Yeah.
And I became a big fan of hers immediately. And I'm so happy that I picked up this book.
I feel like I need to read this now. I feel like you're gonna go get a Dyson Airwrap. I'm gonna go get a book and a bunch of we're gonna see a movie. I'm gonna be like we're like doing all this. Okay, my next one.
Should we have a book club? Should we have a bimbo book club?
I mean, we might. I feel like people would really be into that, honestly.
Me too.
I need to read more anyways. Oh my gosh, okay. This is my second to last favorite. And it's really funny because if anyone follows me or has followed the podcast, you know how much I have talked about this thing. My Birkenstocks.
Yes.
Rosie got these. I remember when you got these. And you
Influenced.
got you got some of the fuzzy ones too.
Yes, I did. I got like some
I
navy
really
ones.
think my manifesting a Birkenstocks collab in 2022. Like I need to why am I not working with them? I don't understand.
Do they work with
Birkenstock.
people? Do they have collabs? Like, have you researched?
I never see them work with people. And I'm like, I guess they don't have to, maybe. I don't really know. Because look, I own fucking 20 of their shoes and they haven't, like, what the fuck? But literally, these ones are my new favorites, the fuzzy ones. But I mean, they're just comfortable. I can't even, I'm actually probably about to get the slide on ones, the ones that were ugly to me, but now I feel like they're kind of cool.
Oh, yeah.
The clog, like, slide on flat ones. Charlie wears them all the time in pink. And they look so cool on him. And I'm like, okay, I probably should get those. And I'm going to wear them with socks. And I don't care if I look like a lunatic.
Well, you need an easy shoe that's
Yeah.
not a flip flop. And I feel like the greatest thing I did for my personal style this summer was not wearing flip flops at all, but wearing the rubber Birkenstocks because I think I always looked cute in them.
Yeah, I think I think the rubber ones, especially because again, if you get them wet, if you get them dirty, it doesn't matter. But like, come on, lavender, like these are cute. You can't
They're
deny
hell
them.
yeah.
It's
Very
just
cute.
like when now that the Uggs are really like hot this year, like really all the new styles, the platforms like Hailey Bieber is wearing them. I feel like Birkenstock's kind of the same thing. If you like throw it on someone who's like a trendy model, and then now they're gonna be like cool, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The Uggs are such a cool. I keep seeing them everywhere, and I'm like, these are so fun. These platform Uggs. I need to get some. Ooh, I need to get a drink, Poppy, as well, because I'm thirsty.
Yeah, I'm a little dry. Okay, I got my last item. Ooh.
What is that?
Ooh, is it?
Is that the
Girl, I'm so over.
Is that the what's it called? I can't.
It's the replica.
Replica, yeah. Okay, so I haven't tried that. Like, how is it? Like,
this is specifically the scent by the fireplace. It is, I've had it as like a roller, like the small, tiny stick one for like a few years. I would get one like every year around this time of year. And this year I was like, I deserve the big one because I know that I love this fragrance. It is like, let me put it on.
I feel like I can smell it through here, even though I can't, but I'm just imagining what it smells like. Like, cozy.
There's like logs like burning in the fireplace, but then like vanilla.
As she smells her wrist.
Like vanilla,
like
and
a soft
something
burning,
sweet.
like a soft
Yes.
burning is what I'm imagining.
But like some great sweetness, and these are so cool. I love the Maison Margiela
I think
fragrances.
they're beautiful.
These, I'm gonna get more of the replicas. I think they look so nice, and I love that they don't come with a cap because I always lose caps. So it's nice that they just come as is. and it burning wood and chestnuts. Yeah.
Okay,
Style
that sounds
description:
amazing.
memory and a fragrance. It smells like the holidays. And I was at the movie theater with a friend, and this woman who was like 2 seats away from us, she was like, "What are you wearing? I like need to know. That smells so good. Like I can't leave the theater without knowing." And I like sent her,
You're
I
like
airdropped her a
burning
screenshot.
logs, lady, burning logs. Oh
Burning
my.
logs with vanilla. Like it's the coziest scent, and it just makes you feel so good. And I am a big fan of wearing like different fragrances seasonally, and so this
Mhm.
is my cold month fragrance,
Yeah.
but I think it's good from like October through.
I feel like somehow I know exactly what that smells like. Like it's in my throat almost. Like I know it sounds weird, but like I'm imagining. But I love scents like that. I love the more like muskier scents, like cedar, and I feel like I need to try that scent.
I also just got the Ariana Grande Cloud perfume because perfume TikTok is
It's,
hyping it.
oh my
And
gosh,
they're like, I
really?
know this is like for teeny boppers or whatever, but like it's a legit good fragrance. And I got it and I love the smell of it. But
Really?
yeah,
Is that one definitely more like florally or fruity or
it's definitely
sweeter?
fruity. It's definitely like from the school of Victoria's Secret, but I do think there's a real part of me that just wants to smell like a little 20-year-old slut sometimes, you know? Like
Did you ever wear like Love Spell from Victoria's Secrets? Because like,
I
ho-
wore noir teas or just teas, and then I also liked Oh So Sexy from Victoria's Secret.
oh my gosh, I remember like I had friends. I did not smoke cigarettes, but my friends who did, they'd be like chick, 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 after they smoked a cigarette. I'm like, you smell like awful. Like you just made it worse with your
Well, now you
body
smell like
spray.
fruit and cigarettes.
Yeah. Okay, this is my last one. I have to back up for this one. Also, I like tried to put my Christmas tree in this, so it was like really festive.
It
Okay,
looks great.
hold on, let me show you.
Nice set
So
dressing.
these are these are I've I own probably I don't even know how many pairs, but I found them. I would never. I think you ordered something here from recently to try too. I never thought I would shop here because as a child, I could not fit into any of this fucking shit and it
Uh-huh.
haunted me. My whole life it haunted me.
I know what this
And
is.
then everyone was like, "Buy these jeans." And I was like, "Fuck, everybody's buying them. I'm fucking buying them." And then I bought so many pairs and I felt cool as fuck because it is hard to find jeans that make you feel cool. Like I had a really hard time finding jeans. So,
Yeah.
I'm wearing. Well, shit, you can't see them. Hold
Oh
on.
no. Oh, don't hurt yourself. Oh yeah.
Oh, hey.
Very cool. She's fully standing on her fucking chair right now.
If you're not watching the YouTube, you're missing out. So these are the Curve Love jeans from Abercrombie that everyone swears by, and I absolutely love them. I own them in tons of colors, not just light. I have dark washes, I have non-ripped, but I feel like they just style so well. Like I
They're
think they're
great.
so good. They're classic. I'm out of breath from getting on that chair. But I feel like they're a staple. I wore them when in one of the photos, like I felt such like a cool outfit. It was like the Madewell trench with like a booty and
Ooh.
my Abercrombie jeans when I first moved to New York. And I was like, I look cool in these jeans. So I also feel like they kind of have a little bit of a Levi style to some of them
I see
because
that.
it's hard to find Levi's that obviously fit curvy plus size people. Like it's damn near impossible, I feel like.
Yeah, they go up to a size 37W, which is a 24, and I think that's great. Like I would never expect that from Abercrombie.
I there.
And I had
Apparently
the pleasure of
Hollister
talking.
apparently Hollister is trying to do the same thing, but the thing sorry if this still sounds like I'm farting, it's not, it's my chair. But Hollister Hollister is still trying. I think they're trying to pivot too because I noticed some creators talking about their sizing. But the thing is, oh my god, I went into a Hollister 2 days ago when I went to a mall and I saw like the Charlie D'Amelio stuff and I started looking and I was like, first of all, they had nothing in that store. They had like a sweat shorts and nothing, like there was no stuff. And I was like, this is weird. But
I
I
definitely feel like Abercrombie has bridged a gap, and I feel like I'm not too old to shop there, but I
yeah,
feel like I'm too old for Hollister, and I
I
don't know that they could fix that.
it was not good. Like I was shocked because I think they were trying to pivot because they saw probably Abercrombie like hit it hard and they like
Yeah.
are succeeding. But I found nothing in there and it really scared me to go in because I'm used to it smelling like really intense and them having half naked dudes standing by the door like they used to do. They don't have
Yeah.
that anymore. But it did not smell like crazy, but it was so boring. I was like, what are you guys doing? You guys are not. It was weird too because there was like 12-year-olds and 14-year-olds in there and nobody my age.
Yeah.
And I was like, I got, and when you see Charlie, nothing, no shade to Charlie because she's a fucking rock star. But when you see that on the, I'm like, I got to get out of here. I feel
Yeah.
old right now and dusty. So I'm
I get
leaving.
that.
Yeah,
And I like that. I mean, Abercrombie's working with like smaller creators too.
they
Like
are.
they've collabed with some cool people, and I think that they're probably going to expand their size range. That's just the vibe I'm catching because I feel like
Yeah.
inclusivity is a big deal for them, especially now that they have a completely different CEO. And I feel like they haven't broadcast that enough because I know when I've asked my audience, like, would you shop Abercrombie? They're like, no, they have a horrible CEO. I'm like, well, actually, there's a new
Yeah,
CEO.
I've said that. I when I learned that, I kind of disclosed that on to some people on my stories when I talked about my jeans. Because when I posted, people were like, "I haven't shopped at Abercrombie because I've been scarred. Like, how are you shopping at Abercrombie? Like, that's crazy." And I explained, and one girl was like, "I still will never support them." And I was like, "I get it, you're scarred, but I'm sorry they got cute shit now and they're evolving. I'm gonna give them my money. I really like their stuff."
I don't know if there's a brand that I would not shop with if they really did change. You know what I mean? Like, I can't think of a brand that I feel that strongly about their actions in the past that I wouldn't be like, oh, you hired new people, you have a new CEO, you have a new point of
You've
view.
changed everything.
To
Yeah.
me, it's like an apartment, like changing the residents. You know what I mean? Like, right? Like, I don't know. Maybe that makes me kind of like a wishy washy person, but I think that that's like actually massive change. And I like literally don't know what people are wanting. Like, I think people just want to be mad
Some
sometimes.
people do just want to be the Grinch. They do. They
Well,
really
if they want to
do.
be the Grinch, they better look out because I'm coming
Yeah,
to get some
yeah,
kisses.
Rosie's coming. Rosie's coming for you. She's really finds you attractive and you need to run.
I'm gonna drill you on some more faves now that we are wrapped up with
Okay.
our the things we brought.
Okay.
Who's your favorite influencer on
So you say
Instagram?
I don't even know. That's what's so fucked up.
It's
I'm like,
hard.
um, mm, oh God, I feel like I'm gonna throw up. It feels so intense. Um,
Or maybe a creator maybe that's smaller than you that you want to give a
yeah,
little
I'm
bit of a
trying to
lift
think of
to.
someone because I know I follow a lot of smaller creators that I frequently talk with that are amazing. You know who I truly think is so sweet and she's always posting and so supportive and I think she is so fabulous and so she actually lives in Dallas, I believe. You probably know her. Curves by Zoe. She is
Yes.
such a sweet, like, human being. And we've talked about such personal things. And I just feel like she's one of those people that's like always supporting, like whether it's a sponsored ad or whether it's just a cool photo. Like, and she's always creating, even like she's a smaller account, but she keeps like kicking ass and like doing it. I think she is such a like good account to follow.
It could be really hard when you aren't maybe I don't know what her full time if it's her full time on Instagram yet, but I know that like I'm really impressed by smaller creators who probably have who aren't getting all their income from
Mm-hmm.
creating who
Yeah.
manage to fucking kill it because
Yeah.
to me some of the hardest stuff is like getting your ass together to make a fucking picture when you are down in the dumps or overwhelmed by like I think
Yeah.
as you grow your account you are inundated with a lot more tasks than what you
Yeah.
had to do before.
I
and
agree.
and so like where you weren't like where I had time to get on stories for like 4 hours a day as an unemployed person, now I am like emailing with people and going over contracts and all kinds of things. So props to the small creators.
What about you?
um
What's your favorite smaller creator?
Her name is Leah Theodosis.
Oh, we talk all the time.
She's got the coolest vibes. Like,
She's very sweet. She's also a very supportive one. She'll always like and comment and be so supportive, and I think she's so sweet.
yes. And I just love, like, so I'll never get away from like the Southwest vibes. I think they're so cool. I think that
Yeah.
her fashion is really fun and like kind of a combo of like minimalism and bohemian
Yeah,
vibes
I
with
agree.
and it's just her life looks so beautiful and like curated and her home decor is stunning too and I just feel like her page is a very peaceful happy place where you can go chill and her family is so cute too,
They
so
are. I agree with
love
that.
her.
I follow her as well. I think she's really great.
Love her. Okay. Do you have a favorite like TikTok trend that you have really enjoyed this year?
Ooh, a TikTok trend. Oh, I want to say I don't know how to describe. It's not so much a trend, but it's more like when I see someone because I'm very big into like humor and like taking something shitty and making it funny. But I love these creators that have just like actually I wish I knew his name. Oh my god! So I happened to stumble upon this creator and he's type 1 diabetic. And I spent like 30 minutes scrolling through his page, and Charlie was just watching me laugh hysterically because he takes these trends, but he makes it into like jokes about having type 1 diabetes. And if you have type 1 diabetes, you will literally piss your fucking pants because it's so funny. But he does it in a way where he takes such a bad thing and something that's not like great and makes it funny. And I love that. I love when I see someone take something and make it funny. We were talking about this earlier. I think that is so genius because it makes you like if you have that you see that and you're like again you laugh and you're like okay I'm not the only one. But this guy I found recently and I was dying because a couple of his videos went viral and I thought he was a freaking genius.
That's awesome.
I like
I
feel
hope
like
that
I need to why you tell me who your yeah what's your favorite trend?
we'll link to him too in
Yeah.
the description. Oh my gosh, let's see here. I A trend that I like on TikTok. I love when recipes go viral because it's
Oh,
really exciting to be making something that other
yes.
people, like tons of other people are making. And I feel like TikTok influenced me to make like foods that I had never tried before or like drinks that I had never tried before, like much more
Oh
than
yeah.
Instagram has ever done. Because like not only will you see like the initial creator create the recipe and show it, but you will see all these other people attempting it. And I think it makes it feel like, oh, I can do this. Like I am
Yeah.
not scared to try. And so I think that anytime there's any type of like viral recipe, like I'll do it. Like some of our favorite cookies that I've made a few times, this like 4 ingredient like raspberry cheesecake cookie that like Houston is obsessed with, I got from TikTok.
I'm
Of course,
hungry
I made
now.
the pasta dish that everybody made with the
I never
feta.
made that yet and I still need to make that.
It's good. I would put my only review on that one is I would put a lot more fresh basil in it because
Have
like
you
sometimes the feta is too much.
Have you done like the it's Emily, right? Her like sushi famous sushi bowl yet?
I want to do that one, but I feel like to me, like, because her thing was like, it was like her leftovers. I'd have to go buy all those ingredients
Yeah.
because I'm not like,
Yeah.
but I would love to try that.
I
That
don't know.
looks
There's
great.
also one little trend I want to mention is the one that's I don't even know if it's really happening or people really doing it, but I think it's fucking genius. Is people are filming their like super chic apartments going like who wants to trade places for like a month or two? And they're like, I want to go to London and he went in London. Like so many people are doing that right now. It's all over
Like the
TikTok.
holiday. Oh my
the
God.
the apartments that people are showing to trade. I was gonna tell Jelly like we need to like contact someone because I want to go to this apartment. They are stunning. Like
Cool.
there was a place on the beach in California. There's a place in London that was. I was like, this is actually cool if people can
Wow.
connect with like really awesome individuals and trade off and just like live in a different
Someone
place.
should capitalize on that. I am such an
I feel like
asshole.
Airbnb, but
Make it a
like TikTok.
service.
Yeah, I feel like it actually would be a genius business endeavor.
Especially if you're maybe wanting to get into that Airbnb game and maybe this is a way to like
Ooh, yeah.
test run with somebody that's like maybe a little more trustworthy. Like
Yeah.
I think if you own an Airbnb and you guys are both staying in each other's Airbnbs, like you're not gonna fuck each other's shit up.
Yeah. Especially because they're showing how beautiful their places are. I mean, they're so decorated perfectly. But it's interesting because I feel like what would go viral is if two people with really nice apartments found each other and made like documented the whole thing on TikTok, it would go viral. And then they could be like, okay, you guys can rent out our apartments, and then they could freaking go on Airbnb and make $1 zillion.
Mark my words, I bet we're gonna see the YouTube vloggers doing this trend like as a full-fledged, like
Like,
like our
yeah,
my fave girl Remy. I bet she
yeah.
would do that with another creator, and I could see like YouTubers doing this as
It would
like a
be so
YouTube video.
fun. It would be fun to
I switch
watch.
house with another creator, like
By the way, I found the
simple.
guy's TikTok and his name is at AVG, like average diabetic. And I'm just saying, if you have diabetes or even if you don't, it's fucking hilarious. Like, I was crying laughing. He was a
It's a good
genius.
way to learn about other people
It
and
was so
what they all go through. Yeah.
good. Do we have any other questions, favorites?
What's your favorite movie of the year?
Oh god, I feel like this year I don't even know when it started and stopped yet. I'm like, wait, what came out this year? I've seen some good things, but now I can't remember. You go first because I'm trying to think of what I've seen this year.
Here, while I'm saying this, I keep track of all the movies I've seen on the
See, I need to
Letterboxd
start
app,
doing that.
and I just log it like a diary. So I mean, like, we're just
There was
talking about
something
it.
I saw this year and I can't remember what it was that I like said was really good.
To be controversial,
Ooh,
I think West Side Story was the best thing I
you
saw
think
this
so?
year. It was beautiful. I think the artistry is 100% there. I'm not saying that Mr. Ansel was my favorite person or my favorite actor of the year, but I feel like the immersion of the movie, like I really felt like I was in that time period, was
Was just
beyond.
so good.
Yes.
Okay, let me.
Incredible.
Why can I think of one?
Oh, I've got a second one too. I pulled up. I saw a horror movie called Gretel and Hansel, which was fucking cool, and I loved it.
You guys, I like literally don't know. I actually have you seen The French Dispatch?
Yes.
Is it good? I've meant to
Uh,
watch that.
you know what? I thought it was all right. I wasn't like
Mm, yeah,
I
I didn't hear much about it. That's why I'm asking.
I feel like it just was, you know. I didn't it's an anthology, so it's a series of like I think like 6 or like maybe 4 stories,
Okay,
and I didn't feel particularly connected
I just
to
have to say,
anyone.
Licorice Pizza. I'm looking on Google at like top movies, and Licorice Pizza is like on every list.
Oh, for real? I mean,
Yeah.
people are saying that it's going to be nominated, and I think that like I'll have to go check it out and see how I feel, and I think that maybe we can revisit it. But it is wild to me that, you know, I just I really think the younger generation is cool because I think they're questioning a lot of norms that we have just put
Mm-hmm.
up with for many years because it's the status quo. So I
Yeah.
really do fucking appreciate when they're like, we don't have to fucking see this. This depicts something that's not cool.
Yeah.
But at the same time, my argument is then like, why can't we tell stories about problematic things so people can like empathize with others?
View them in a different light, kind of
Yeah.
thing. I'm trying to think, what are the top movies that you think came out this year? Because I don't even know. I think I've watched more shows. Like I watched Made on, was it Netflix or Hulu? I watched a lot of shows. I don't think I saw a lot of movies. I'm trying to think of like what are the top movies that even came out this year.
I feel like I'm so I know that there's something in my head that I'm
Oh,
missing that I
Cruella
was
came
like,
out this year? I thought that came out last year.
oh yeah, Cruel. I'm trying to erase from my mind.
I didn't like it. We
Me
stopped it.
neither,
I
sis.
hated it. It was not good. I forgot that came out this year. This year seems so long. That's why I don't. Okay, the movies I'm looking at though, for like that they're saying are top movies, I literally half of them I never even fucking heard of. I'm gonna be honest. I'm like, wait, these were out? Like, who
What
saw
are
them?
they?
Huh?
What are the names of the movies that you're
Like,
seeing?
The Waterman,
I don't know what
Bad
that.
Trip, Small Engine Repair. What the fuck is going on?
This sounds like a glossary.
I've
Um,
never seen this.
sometimes they'll rank. Sometimes these little dicks they get they get the screeners, you know, and we don't have access to them yet. So maybe they're movies that are coming out like in a month or something. But I also don't know.
There's a lot of movies on here that I have not. I feel like the one thing I will say about this year is I feel like the publicity for movies was off.
Yes.
I don't feel like they did. I tried to watch Dune and I turned it off. It was not for me.
I haven't been able to watch that yet. I keep thinking there's something I'm forgetting. Like I know that there's something I was like obsessed with that I probably talked about
That's what
way
I
too fucking much.
that's what I feel like, but also I will say a lot of movies, even if they weren't in movie theaters, there's a lot of good movies on like Netflix and Hulu I watched
Mhm.
because I watched most of my stuff on there. So I feel like I wasn't so much in movie theaters, but there was, and I can't remember because there was a movie we just watched, and when you said Tarantino, it was filmed like a Tarantino movie. And we
Ooh.
had said, oh, this is weird. They filmed like a Tarantino movie. And I need to ask Charlie what it was because it was either on Netflix or Hulu, and it was incredible. It was such a good movie.
Oh, interesting.
But I'm
I
sorry,
wonder
guys,
what
I
that
don't have a
was.
favorite because I basically only watch TV shows. Like, and I don't know any of these movies that came out this year. I'm scared. This is what happens when you get old.
I'm sure we will like remember, and maybe we can just do a movie centric episode, like maybe right before the Oscars, so we can do an episode about that.
Yeah, because I need to send you this list because I don't think you've even heard. This is in Oh, Encanto that came out this year. That little cartoon. Oh my god.
Encanto.
We're
Encanto.
like, well, now you know. Those are my favorites. I need to go see West Side Story now, though. I actually Licorice Pizza though does have really good reviews. I'm gonna on here. It has very high reviews.
I wonder, I mean, I think it'll just depend. Yeah, I'm excited to see it. I know that the kids are angry. I don't know if it's justified yet because I feel like showing a movie that depicts something is different than condoning it.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah. And maybe but the backstory of like you said, and maybe the way it's portrayed, it's not what we think it is.
Uh-huh.
That's what I'm wondering. Especially because like you said, the girl of Heim is in it. And so I also watched The Humans. I did see that.
Oh, I'm really excited about that. I haven't seen it
I
yet.
saw it.
Did you enjoy it?
It was different than I thought. It was the way they wanted what they wanted to do. I think it succeeded. I think the way they filmed it, the the noises around surrounding, it was very much like a true family environment, and I think it
Cool.
portrayed that very well.
Nice. I mean, I love sound
The
mixing
way
and
it
sound
was filmed
design.
and the noises in it, it was very unique and different. I think some people would be like, "What the fuck?" But I understood from an artistic perspective, like what they were doing and why they were doing that. Because when you're with your family during the holidays, or you have this dynamic, there's a lot of things going on in chaos, and the way they did it was really creative and cool. I thought.
Houston and I had this conversation about this year's crop of movies. We were like, everything that we saw in 2020 was made in 2019, and everything that we're seeing in this year was made in 2020.
Oh my God,
So that's why
stop.
everything is probably like, what? Huh?
I
Because
didn't
I feel like,
even think, oh my God, why didn't I even? That is like blowing my mind right now.
because we keep seeing these like Oscar caliber movies, and we're like, that was okay. Like
That's
we
how I
saw,
that's how I feel. I've seen some stuff, and again, The Humans was good, but I think it the artistic perspective was good, but I think it was still a little off. But you're right, 2020, that makes sense.
yeah. So I think that maybe, and I wonder if it'll be the same for next year's movies, like
Oh God.
seeing everything being impacted and all of that.
Oh my God. Okay, well, how do you want to wrap up this holiday special? I feel so glad that we like got on here and rambled and got to do this.
This has been a killer episode. It's definitely a longer one, which I know everybody loves. And I love a longer episode too because like I don't know what have you been doing? Have you cleaned your whole house listening to this?
Oh
Have
yeah.
you gone on a great walk? I'm sure you've accomplished something listening to us, even if it's like sitting in your car avoiding your family. Like, what a vibe. I love podcasting when I'm doing that move.
Well, comment and let us know what you do when you listen to Two Blonde Bimbos. And we're going to be back in the new year. Do not fret. We are not on Jerry Springer pulling each other's hair out. We are here. We are serving you the podcast. And hopefully in the new year, we will have some special guests.
Yes.
I'm very excited about that.
If
So,
there's anyone you want us to have on, leave a
oh,
comment. If
yeah.
there's, I mean, within our realm of like, I mean, we cannot have the president on, you guys. Like,
They're
I'm
like
sure
Jennifer Lopez. I'm like, fuck. Well,
someone that's maybe within our reach that you
yeah.
know we have a contact with. We'd love that. That or any episodes you'd like to see us like deep dive on a particular subject, we are so receptive to any feedback like that. Leave us a review. We'd love reviews, you guys. We read them, we
Yes,
cry.
please leave us a review, share, like, comment, message us, tell us that we are cool.
Be nice to Ashlee, please. And if you got mad at her for not coming to my wedding, that's not cool. Say you're sorry from the bride as a wedding gift to me.
Oh my God, we're still friends, guys. Don't worry. Well, we love you guys. Thank you. We'll see you guys in the new year, which is so weird to say. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.